And welcome into To Your Health, or it could be Bon Appetit, because obviously you like to eat, we all like to eat, but why don't we look at something kind of neat and unique, and it's called Healthful Eating.
Right.
Eating for health, and most people eat to live, and a lot of people live to eat.
That's
so
true.
We want to make sure that we become the eat to live people. And today we have Bobbie Morris with us again. You are a registered dietary nutritionist.
Dietitian nutritionist. That's
okay,
right.
an RDN.
Correct.
Okay, and you work with the Alabama Department of Senior Services. You're their senior nutritionist on staff, so you're kind of responsible. Your areas of responsibility are throughout the whole state.
Correct.
To be sure that in the senior centers that those meals being served are nutrition.
That's right.
Right.
And we work with our food contractor to plan the menus, but we also provide nutrition education. So basic nutrition education for the seniors in all the senior centers also.
So when you say something like nutrition information, what you're probably going to do is tell them, and again, I'm sure that our viewers can access the Alabama Department of Senior Services website. Is there a nutrition tab on there?
There is.
Okay.
ageline.gov, and then the nutrition tab is
The
on there.
nutrition tab, and you're going to get a lot of the things that you're telling us. Those hints are going to be there, because a lot of times, like myself, they're sitting at home going, wait a minute, I didn't get that. You know, what recipe was that? But they can actually go and hear some of the things and be able to see them on their own.
They can.
Yeah. So the basics, let me talk about one thing, water. How important is water?
Very important.
Okay, good.
Very important.
Good.
Our bodies need
Prioritize,
water.
yeah.
Yeah, our bodies need water to function properly. You can be eating the proper diet, but if you don't get enough fluid, your body will not digest properly. It will not consume the food properly and put it to the rest of your body. So fluid, everybody needs 8 to 10 cups a day, 8-ounce cups.
Okay.
And that includes...
So that's anywhere from 64 to 80 ounces of, now when you say fluid, that's pure water, or can it be iced tea?
It can be other beverages.
Okay.
It's better if it's an unsweetened beverage,
Yes.
like unsweetened tea,
Right.
Yes.
coffee. You could have you can have diet sodas, but that's not one of the better choices.
Right.
You want water, unsweetened teas, juices, but not as many juices because of the sugar. So want to stick with the unsweet or the diet sugared beverages the most, but the unsweet's the best. Water's by far the best.
Water is not just good for your digestion. Water is good for everything about you.
That's right.
It is great for your skin.
Water-
Absolutely great. And you know, I drink 8 a day, and I try to drink a little more. But if you buy the bottles, and they're 19.6 ounces or some such thing, I mean, you've got 2 glasses in
easy
one,
to do. There.
one bottle.
Yep.
It's really not that hard.
And if you're sick or if you have fever, you need a little bit more water.
Okay.
If it's hot, like right now it's not, but in the summertime you need more
Right.
water in the heat so you don't get dehydrated. And it's very easy to get dehydrated. Even some medications
Yes.
will cause us to be dehydrated.
Now, does
So-
does the water also flush out? Everybody's going to have a cold this season, so if you drink a lot of water, does that help flush out all the toxins in
It
your
does.
body as well?
It does. Plenty of water. That's we
Okay.
can't do any better than that.
Absolutely. And
The
then
oth- I'm sorry.
but if you're going to start then to plan a meal, you should eat 3 meals a day.
At least 3. You can eat between meals too.
Okay.
3 meals is good. You want to, for sure, start out with a good breakfast,
Yes.
and it doesn't have to be a large breakfast. It could be a little small bowl of fruit and an egg or a piece of toast. I mean, that's and something to drink, a beverage, and then maybe a snack in the morning. More fruit or a piece of peanut butter cracker or something like that, and then a lunch with maybe a salad and a lean meat, and then something in the afternoon, and then a supper. So yeah, you could eat several times a day, but it doesn't have to be large portions. It can be small plates.
And depending on your lifestyle, if you're active or inactive, probably it'd be best to have your heaviest meal at noon so it has a chance to...
It's better to have it earlier in the day.
Right.
Right, so
And
it
then
can
do something lighter in
digest.
the evening. Yeah.
But even just the same amounts all during the day is good too, but small.
I have another question for you that we get into discussions about in my family. Is butter better for you than margarine? I personally think it is. I know olive oil is the best, but if you had to choose between margarine
Anything
and butter.
that's less processed is usually better for us.
Okay.
So if
More natural.
butter is less processed than margarine,
Right.
and it depends on the type of margarines that you look at. There's so many choices now. That's why it's important to read the label. You want unsaturated fat.
Right.
You don't want trans fat in those products. Butter is a saturated fat, so you want to limit that anyway. But I tend to use butter or unsaturated margarines. I use a little of both.
Okay.
And so I have it in there for baking my butter.
True.
But yeah, just less margarine and less butter is probably a better choice.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to get you to come back again some other times and visit with us. And just remember this, go to 1-800-AGE-LINE on the phone, or ageline.gov is their website, and you can get all kinds of information on nutrition. It's the Alabama Department of Senior Services, a department designed for you. And we'll be right back right after this.